Welcome back to this week's edition of the Rangers Report. Of course, we reflect on the trip to Middlesbrough and the victory up at the Riverside. We speak to Asmir Begović as well as Andy Sinton, reflecting on his England career and breaking down the Middlesbrough game. This is the Rangers Report. So since the sun's out, we're here at Heston and Rangers are winning away. It's a good time to be a QPR fan at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is. You're right, the sun's out, glorious day. Boys are preparing the training session. Great win at the weekend, so yeah, everything's good.
Is it safe to say the Andy Sinton smile is back in its full glory?
It's always back after a win and a performance. So and long may that continue.
Let's take a look at it in the Middlesbrough game. It was quite a good afternoon in the end, wasn't it?
It was a really good performance from the team. Clean sheet. People will say Middlesbrough are struggling a little bit. They're still a good team. Spent a lot of money. Haven't quite clicked yet. So to go there and win, no mean feat. I thought we were, from start to finish, I thought we were excellent. A couple of things, Asmir, which I'm sure we'll speak about later. A couple of saves. But two wonderful goals, and I say credit to Gareth, his staff, and all the players for that performance.
We will touch on it a bit later, but finishing on a high as we head into the first international break of the season, how important is that? The mood here at Heston is obviously a lot more positive than what it would have been defeat.
I think it's really important to go into it on a win. There's various times on the season when the international breaks. I think it can come at a good time. And it could come at a bad time, depending on how you view it. But still early days. It's the first one of the season. But the mood lifts with a win. To be fair, I think the mood in the last few weeks, because everyone can see the uplift in the performances, probably haven't got what we could have got from a couple of previous games. But we rectified that at the weekend. Great win, as I say, clean sheet, and that gives us something to really build on after the 2-week break.
And how you mentioned the word build on, how important was it that after Southampton we went away, we felt a bit disappointed, a bit frustrated, we didn't get something from the game, but now we've gone to Middlesbrough and built on what was a relatively good performance at St Mary's.
Again, where I'd give Gareth, the staff and the players and everyone behind the scenes, for the signings that's been made. Dare I mention the Watford game again, but since then, I think there's been some changes. There has been some reflection. By the players, by Gareth himself. He's admitted himself he had a look and changed one or two things, and I think that's paid dividends. Then you got to go and implement it on the training ground and in the games. But it's been really positive since then. Cardiff, great win away. Then the 3 performances that we didn't get anything from. But I think everyone looking, certainly the 2 league games, Ipswich and Southampton, there was definitely an uplift in the performances. But I think it's actually key as well when you're playing well, that you win a game. Why is that? Because that gives the players belief in what they're doing. It's nothing worse than playing well and getting beat, because that gives you frustrations and disappointment. So when you're playing well, can you get something from the game that can cement what you're doing? You can build on it, you can grow from it, and push on.
And to reward the 500, 600 QPR fans that made the long trip up to Teesside. Rail strikes once again this weekend. Not the easiest of journey, so to come away with 3 points made that trip worthwhile for everyone.
Yeah, it's great for them, our fans. I've said, and I'll keep saying it, you should never take your support for granted. Our fans have been absolutely superb in recent years. Away fans, they travel in their numbers, difficulties to get there, the cost to get there, etc. But I think they've been pleased with what they've seen in the last few weeks. They've got a role to play with the players, with the backing, but the players have to get them going with the performances, and when they do, we're all in it together and we can move forward. And
we saw the full-time celebrations at Riverside, the sort of bond that's building between the players and the fans. It was really evident to see there, wasn't it?
That goes hand in hand with performances and results. And you have to build on that. No one likes getting beat. No one likes putting in poor performances. But when you put what the lads are putting into the last few weeks and you get your rewards, everyone can share in that moment, that elation, if you like. it gives you hope for the coming weeks.
We have to talk about the goals that eventually overall won the game. First of all, Andre Dozzell.
Wow.
Should we sit and watch it back?
Oh, please.
What we'll do first of all, we'll just sit and watch it in all its glory.
Yeah, I think we should, because this is an unbelievable strike. We'll just let it go, and then we'll come back to it.
Dozzell uses Chair. Kakai's wide right if Chair wants to go that way. Comes back for Dozzell to strike.
Yes!
Game number 77!
Yes!
And goal number 1 in a Rangers shirt for Andre Dozzell!
Wow.
I can hear the Sinton scream ringing in my ear from...
That is just some strike. It's a wonderful strike. Gareth's celebrations, the fans, ourselves, if you like, just a wonderful strike, and delighted for Andre. Hasn't been easy for him in the last sort of couple of years, but I think his performances in the last few weeks have been excellent. That'll do him the world of good, hopefully, and that's just an inkling, a showing of what he is capable of. So if you want to break that down, we can go back to it and we'll just pick a couple of points from it, but what a strike.
We saw it a couple of years ago in pre-season. Not many people have seen Andre scoring a goal. Obviously, it's his first goal in 70 games for QPR. But back in pre-season, a couple of years ago, he hit a volley just as great. So it's in the locker, is my point.
He's capable, he's Andre's a talented footballer. Came highly recommended, from Ipswich. Had a bad injury when he was younger. Let's not forget that. That can play tricks with your mind as well as anything else. But now he's capable of moments like that. Let's hope that is the start of even more. I don't think he'll score a goal better than that, but certainly that's what he's capable of doing. So if we watch it and we slow it, so Ilias Chair, I think I said on commentary, is quite prominent. He receives the ball in the midfield area. He's a little bit blocked off. If you look at Middlesbrough, they've got loads of bodies behind the ball. But if you just watch here, I think Ilias plays a key role in it, because he draws his man towards him. As he plays to Jack Colback, he makes a forward run, which just opens up a little bit of space for Andre to go into to strike. So if I can show you what I'm talking about. So there's Ilias, he's just biding his time. There's the forward run, just shifts his man, Andre, into the space. Wow, first touch is great. Second touch is out of this world. I think I described it on commentary that no goalkeeper in the world saves that. I think we'll see a different angle.
And we saw the Middlesbrough fans sort of applauding it as well, which, it's a great strike when that sort of happens.
Well, I think as a football fan, you can't do anything but applaud something like that, There's Ilias, pass forward run, set from Jack Colback, touch at your feet, bang, little bit of swerve. Goalkeeper doesn't move, he knows he's well beaten. And it's just a fabulous strike that I will never get tired of watching.
And he just received quite a nasty knock to his head as well. And we saw afterwards he had a good cut to his lip and his mouth.
Yep.
And he's still been able to produce a strike like that. Does it not, when you get an injury during the game like that, does it not impact your thought process or what you...
Well, it can do. Depends what the injury was. And I thought the injury, it came from a free kick committed by Andre. But the follow-through just caught him. He obviously had to go off and, change his shorts and change his shirt. But, it certainly didn't put him off his game. He gets back on. There's a key moment as well where, in the second half, I think it's gone unnoticed. Middlesbrough got a 3v1. And it's him that gets back to make a really important tackle, which will not be talked about in the detail that we're talking about the goal that he scores, but just as important. I said on commentary again, I thought he gave a really good performance at Southampton, and he backed that up with another really good performance and that wonder strike on Saturday at Middlesbrough. Brilliant.
And the QPR fans voted for him as the man of the match in a high succession rate as well, so that showed that they appreciated his performance.
It's there for everyone to see, so well done to Andre, and let's hope he can use the last couple of weeks and certainly that moments on Saturday to really kick on now and fulfil that potential that he undoubtedly has.
And now looking at the second goal, another midfielder, 2-2 for Jack Colback now. It's been quite a start for him for QPR.
Yeah, Jack has said at the time, I thought it would be a key signing. He's been around the block, he knows the league, he knows the game. I'm just watching him Saturday, just little things that go unnoticed, filling holes. The way he puts his foot in just to nick things, the way he can buy a foul for his team. That comes with experience, and he's going to be a key signing for us as the season progresses, along with the rest of the team. But Jack, I thought again he was excellent, along with Sam Field in the middle of the park.
So we want to break the goal down. It starts with Paul Smith on the right-hand side.
Wounded soldier. Smith tries across. He's got past all of them. Got past three into the area. Just needs a touch. Chair. Oh, it's blocked, and then Colback. And that's the second. 2-2 for Jack Colback. And he goes to the Rangers fans. But it starts with fabulous work from Paul Smith.
Paul Smith's done it time and time again today. He gets out of a tight cul-de-sac down below us.
So for me, Paul Smith here, winger, he's got one intent in his mind, to get on the outside and get the cross. Really positive. As I said, I thought Paul was a real threat during the game going forward. Also his defensive work when he had to, and especially in the second half, was really good as well. So he's still learning that wing back role, but I thought he put in another really top draw performance. So there's the cross that gets blocked, but Paul's got no right to get out of there really, but he does. Deflection on the cross comes to Ilias, 6 yards blocked, falls to Jack Colback. He just steadies himself, checks his run a little bit to make sure he's set, he's composed, and he just puts his laces through the ball with that wonderful left foot that he's got. 2-2. Delighted for him, delighted for the team. I'll just see it here. There's the block from Ilias, comes to Jack, steadies himself, and it's almost past Senny Dieng in the Middlesbrough goal before he can actually react. But great work, Paul Smith. Ilias is unlucky, but Jack's in the right position at the right time, and that is got some serious miles per hour on that strike, and fabulous.
Yeah. And then right in front of the QPR fans as well in that corner.
Great place to celebrate. Great place to celebrate. Put us 2-0 up, and another fine strike from Jack, following on from the one he got down at Southampton. The good thing is this week it was a goal that helped us to get some points from it. So really good.
And then the 6 minutes added time was a bit of a nervy end, or was it an enjoyable end? And
you know what? I thought we saw the game out comfortable. I know they had chances during the game, and Asmir has been called upon to make probably 3 or 4 good saves, a couple of one-on-ones, so a really good performance from him. But actually from 2-0, I thought we saw the game out quite well. I wasn't overly concerned, but you never know, goals change games. But credit to the boys, credit to the team, credit to the staff for that performance. And I think I can say, like everyone else, has probably been coming. And the good thing is, we got the 3 points, we got the win. That has been coming over the last couple of weeks.
And one person that you did mention was Asmir Begović, and his saves were quite important on the day, weren't they?
Very
Just
important.
As important as the goals, really.
Very important. He made a save earlier on, from a tight angle, but still has to make it. He makes a great save just after we've gone 1-0 up from a header. Low down to his right, that we do well. A couple of one-on-ones with the Middlesbrough centre forward in the second half. Really important saves, key saves. Played his part in a great win, a clean sheet. He'll want more of them. Goalkeepers pride themselves on keeping clean sheets along with the back four, but it's a team effort. You're closing down, your defending starts at the front. I thought our shape of the team, our organisation was really good. There was times where Middlesbrough had quite a bit of possession, but you could see they were going to have to do something special to break us down. Yeah, they opened us up a couple of times, but then your number one comes to your rescue and plays his part, and that's what it is. He plays his part in a team win. That raises the mood, and everyone gets a little bit excited about the performance and the win. But you know what? I'm sure Asmir will be the first to say, enjoy that moment on Saturday. Enjoy it for what it was, but we come back to work Monday, Tuesday, and you start again.
that sets us up perfectly for our interview with Asmir Begović as he reflects on the trip to Middlesbrough as well as looking ahead to the weeks to come. So we're here at Heston, joined by Ars goalkeeper Asmir Begović. Asmir, thank you for joining us.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
If we go straight to it, how was your first sort of month or so been here at QPR?
Yeah, I mean, my first few weeks been really great. Honestly, it was so easy to settle in. The people around the place have made it very easy. Good group of players. Obviously, of course, pre-season is that time of year where there's a lot of change of players coming and going. But the manager, obviously, goalkeeper, coach, everyone's been super welcoming, all the staff. So it's been really easy and nice and easy to settle in.
And performances have gradually got better. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think so. I think we got there as the games went on. I think pre-season for us was quite unsettled. I don't think we had even in the pre-season games that I played, even though I missed the first couple of weeks of pre-season, we never really had a settled side, a way of playing. We're trying different things. So I think now that we've got our group, we've got our players, we've got a way of playing, and I think that's showing in our performances.
Do you think the last couple of weeks that the upturn has been, obviously yourselves been in the building, but the likes of Cookie and Jack coming in, that experience right down the spine of the team. I think that's really, really important. But what's your take on that, including yourself?
Yeah, I think that goes without saying, doesn't it, Andy? I mean, you've been around the game and for many years, and I think any successful team has a strong spine, and I think that's important. Obviously, we've got quality players all over the pitch, but we've got a really good, strong spine when everyone's fit and ready to go with experience, but most importantly, quality. So I think that's been great, and I think the blend now of the squad is fantastic. The manager's obviously very clear what he wanted, so it's great to see now.
Just coming back with the experience on the pitch, but how vital is it off the pitch as well, where you can see some of the young players, loads of potential, loads of talent, but you guys who've had fantastic careers, been around the block, seen it, been in different situations. How important is it for you guys, the experienced guys, to pass that knowledge on to the younger elements of the group?
Yeah, it's vitally important. We understand the role we have to play. I think as a club and as a team, even from my first conversations with the manager, it's a bit of a fresh start. And I think within that, performances don't just happen on a weekend out of nothing. We have to breed those behaviors. We have to set the right example. We have to set the right standards each and every day, and especially in and around the training ground. So I think if we train well, if we behave well and have those professional high standards every day, then I think that's going to really translate onto the pitch. And I think that's what we're trying to do. I think the culture here is definitely building, and it's going to take a bit more time and everything else, but I think we're definitely getting there and building day by day.
And a first clean sheet on Saturday must be nice for a goalkeeper.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's always nice, I think, for us as a team. I think with the quality that we have all around the pitch, especially in the forward areas, I think if we can keep it relatively solid at the back, then we're going to give ourselves a chance to win most games, or at least get some points. So that's important for us, and of course the clean sheet's very nice. And I think the boys in front of me have done a great job, and I think collectively we're working really well together.
Big performance from yourself. I know you haven't mentioned it there, but with the career that you've had, the places you've been, the clubs you've played for, still must have that pride in your own performance because you were outstanding up in Middlesbrough. Yeah,
well, no, thank you for that. I mean, it's nice to contribute for sure. Like I said, the boys do such a great job in front of me, so sometimes the other team will play well, do some good actions and come through, and if I can help that, then of course that's my job and I'm happy to do so. And it's obviously worked out really well on the weekend, and most importantly got us the win, which is what it's all about. So I think it all came together finally, and I think it was really well deserved for everyone.
And looking ahead, we've got Sunderland, Swansea, Birmingham. It's a busy week coming up after the international break.
Yeah, super busy week now. It really gets started, doesn't it, now after the international break, and which is what we love. The Saturday, Tuesday. I think the more games, the better. Sunderland's going to be the next one. It's going to be a tough test. I mean, this is what makes this division so crazy and so enjoyable to play, and that every game really is there for everyone to try and win. And there's no massive favourites and everything like that. So we're going to go in. It'd be nice to be home. I think having had 4 or 5 league games away from home is tough. So I think considering that, we've had a really good start. But it'd be nice to get home, get in front of our fans. The atmosphere against Ipswich was fantastic, and hopefully we can get our first home win.
You mentioned the Ipswich game. What was it like to get a taste of the Loftus Road? Being on the home side this time.
Nice. On the home side, I've been on the away side a few times, and I understand that the atmosphere and the fans have been fantastic, and it was really good. The support we had, I think it was a sellout, and and to have that atmosphere at Loftus Road is only going to be helpful for us. I think to achieve anything, having seen it myself, I think it's really important that we all push in the same direction. If we have negativity or anything around the place from us as players within our culture and our group, and of course the outside, I think if we all push together and with the fans that we have, we can do some really good things.
And just on a side note, how good is your table tennis?
Yeah, my table tennis is decent. It's decent. With a bit of practice, I can be up there with the best of them. Yeah, for sure.
The reference to that, of course, Asmir, is in our latest raffle. QPR supporters can pay £5 to take on our QPR goalkeeper. Good, best of luck.
Go for it. Yeah, absolutely. Please join in. Good luck to everyone participating. Let's have a good match here at Heston. So it should be a good one.
Amazing. Thank you, Asmir.
Thanks, Asmir.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Since, would you fancy Asmir Begovic at table tennis? Do you fancy yourself?
I'm going to buy lots of tickets. To be fair, I used to play quite a bit as a kid, but speaking to Asmir off camera, he might be a little bit too much for me. So, no, as he said, please buy your raffle tickets. It's a wonderful opportunity for anyone to come to the training ground and have a little bit of fun in that type of environment. And Asmir's thrown himself into it, and again, that's credit to him. So yeah, so good luck, whoever is the lucky winner.
That's Asmir Begovic. That's him in a nutshell, isn't it? Very professional, very laid back. What a goalkeeper he's been for us so far this season.
Well, we're pleased to have him. Yeah, Asmir's had a fantastic career. You look at the clubs that he's played for. Experience, which is vital. He's been given the armband. Leadership qualities, as we spoke about, not only on the pitch, but off the field, is just as important. And you can see, I think he uses confidence in the way he holds himself and talks. And as I say, great performance from him at the weekend. And as I say, if he and the team can build on that, happy days.
And you asked him about that experience that he's got, Steve Cook, Morgan Fox, Jack Colback, sort of that spine of the team, and we can see the impact that's having already, can't you?
Yeah, and that's credit to, behind the scenes, for getting that type of player in. I think they'll be crucial. As I say, not only what they'll give us off the pitch, because they're all really good players, but what they'll give us off the field in terms of in the dressing room, the voice, when there's bumps in the road, because there will be. Also, when you're after Saturday, you're on a high. You very quickly got to come back down. That's not to put a dampener on it. That's just what you do. You enjoy the moment, but then you quickly put it behind you, move on, and get ready for the next one. And I think he spoke about that. And really good interview, and really good guy and a really good goalkeeper.
And since away from the first team and Gareth Ainsworth's squad, the development squad have been performing quite well this season. 4 out of 4 wins. It's been quite a start for them, isn't it?
Yeah, done well. It's an important bridge from where they are into the first team. There's that pathway that is there now at this football club, which I think gives all the players at that sort of level and younger something to aim towards and push towards, knowing that they will get recognised if they're performing, if they're good enough, if their progression is where it needs to go. So yeah, they won 4 out of 4. A few of the players are doing really well. A few of the players from that group have been promoted into the first team squad on match days, and that augurs well for the future.
But a couple of players that have kind of been standouts really have been Raffle Pedder and Stephen Balla. And you mentioned they've been on the bench a couple of times as well. Yep. The importance of that pathway that you mentioned, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Raffle, I think he went away. Well, I know he went away with the first team squad in the summer to Austria, and was a big part of that. And from all accounts, did really, really well. I think he scored 2 in the last 2 games. So he's knocking at the door to get in. Stephen Balla, someone who impresses everyone when they see him. I think he scored 3 a couple of weeks ago against Coventry.
Yeah.
And he's been on the bench a couple of times. So it just goes to show if you're performing, not just in those games, on a daily basis out there where you're in front of the manager and his staff on a daily basis, you will get your opportunities. And there's a couple already broke in. So yeah, that's the progression, that's the pathway. And those players have got to state their claim every time they go and train. Every time they're out there, they've got a chance to impress with their ability, the position they play in, their attitude, the fitness, etc., etc. And knowing that they might get an opportunity, and when they get an opportunity, are they ready and can they take it?
And you can join the development squad at their home games this season. They of course play at the Powerday Stadium, which is the home of Hanwell Town, or at Loftus Road for numerous times this season. Or join us on qpr.co.uk and catch all of our games live. Yes, since international break now, after the Middlesbrough game, talk to me about an international break. Obviously, I've never played for QPR, I've played for England, but what's it like? What's that period like?
Well, if you're talking about the players who go away, well, first of all, it's an absolute privilege and an honour to be selected for your country. For me, there's no higher rewards than you get in the game, and that shows that you're doing something well at your club. That's why you get your recognition. So it's a huge moment for the players who are called up. Hopefully they'll go away, do well, but from a selfish point of view, hopefully they come back to QPR and they're fit and they're healthy, then they're ready to go for when we restart. But no, for the players, it's an absolutely terrific experience. You're going away to work. People say to me, "Oh, you played here and blah blah blah," but sometimes you see nothing but an airport, a bus, a hotel, a training ground, and a stadium. It's not a sightseeing trip, but no, it's just a wonderful. That's a wonderful opportunity for those players to go and play for their country at the highest level and to do well. And it's reward for what they do. I've already said it, reward for what they do at their clubs. And I think it's actually a reflection on the club. When I got selected for England, I was, first of all, pleased and proud for myself and my family. But actually I was really pleased and proud for my club and my teammates, because without your team, mates, without your club, you don't get that platform to go and show your stuff.
I'm just interested. Talk us through your England debut. What was the moment like?
England debut, Poland away, European qualifier, 1991, November. I knew I was going to play a week before. Graham Taylor, the manager, pulled me to one side and said, "You're going to make your debut." I probably appreciated that, actually. There's two ways you can look at it. Sometimes you don't have too much time to think about it. So you just get told an hour and a half before where you're just thrown in. But my sort of makeup, I like to know. So he told me, so I had all week to sort of prepare. You do your stuff in training, then you just get ready. Nerves, apprehension, excitement, every emotional possible runs through your body at that time. But it's just when you walk out, you stand there for that national anthem. It's just immense pride that it's what you dream of as a kid. Certainly what I dreamt as a kid. You're playing in the streets under the street lamps. When I was growing up just outside Newcastle, sort of picturing yourself with a white England shirt on playing. I was a very lucky lad. My dream came true, but just huge pride for yourself, your family, and everyone concerned with you.
And what was the reaction when you came back to QPR? What was everyone? Were they proud of you?
Yeah, they were proud and pleased.
Joking, laughing at you?
Yeah, proud and pleased and well done. But that's where the professional element came in. We played on a Wednesday night in Poland. I was back in training on Thursday, because I think we had Leeds away on a Saturday, and it was a case of well done, congratulations. Now we're getting ready for Leeds, so it was straight back in, and that's the point I was trying to make about us going to Middlesbrough and winning. Yeah, enjoy it, great win, good performance. But put it to bed and move on. Park it, put it to bed, because you're as good as your last game, but you're also as good as your next. So yeah. But now I remember it fondly. So proud. Still got my shirt. Still got the cap up in my study, and brilliant times.
Thanks for that, Since. As you mentioned, that's for players going on international duty. What about the lads that are still here at Heston? What's happening these 2 weeks?
Well, they'll be putting lots of work in. They're back to work. They're gearing up. They're working now towards Sunderland at home, which will be a tough game. Sunderland won the last game 5, sort of hammered Southampton convincingly. So all the boys left behind, they'll be working towards that individually, collectively. Have individual programs to follow, up in fitness levels of certain. Might be a couple with bumps and bruises. They'll need easing down. So what goes on between now and when the international boys come back is vitally important, because, as I say, we need to get ready for Sunderland. We need to back those performances up with a win or a positive result in front of our home fans at Loftus Road.
We're back with a bang. Sunderland at home, Swansea at home on the Tuesday, and then up to Birmingham on the Friday night. It's quite a busy week, isn't it?
Thick and fast. That's the Championship for you. Every game's tough. You know, league tables you look at, and sometimes when you think you might get an easier game, that's where you come unstuck. You have to be ready. Saturday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, whenever the games come, you have to be ready individually and collectively. But we just need to build on the last few weeks. Been really positive. Got the win up at Middlesbrough. Let's get ready. Let's go again. Let's put some more points on the board.
It's the perfect way to wrap it up. Once again, this has been the Rangers Report, and we'll see you all next week. And when you ask.